Hello everyone and now welcome. Wow. Excuse me. Hello everyone and now welcome. Welcome to a game between WFZ versus Colorful. This game taking place here on an oldie but goodie of a map, Ancient Isles. Alright, over here on the top left hand side of the map we have, well, Colorful spawning as the red Night Elf player. Meanwhile, opposite end of the map we have WFZ spawning as the blue Undead. Alright, having some great games here, feeling pretty good today. Yeah, for all of you guys who know, I went to the doctors, it seems everything is alright. And well, hopefully, 2020 is already coming up upon October, so hopefully we'll be able to leave 2020 behind us and actually just be in a little bit of a better place. I mean, yeah, mutual respect, love and care, whatever and however that looks for you, please, and care for your fellow neighbor as things are getting underway in this matchup. We are looking Tomb of Relics, Altar of Darkness. Ghouls will be trained up alongside a Death Knight, going up against a Demon Hunter. So Colorful opening up with the older strategy, going for a Demon Hunter in this matchup. For all of you guys who are on Twitch, which I think there's only one of you right now, yes, I realize that I am streaming a little bit earlier than my normal time. Today is, well, in Orange County, California, the first day of school, and I also have a bunch of children's doctor's appointments that I need to take care of. So I'm trying to get all of those things situated and, well, doing a little bit of an earlier start, and hopefully all of that will in fact work out. Ancient of War gonna go ahead and move itself here, gonna go ahead and head back. If I remember Ancient Isle, there's actually a little bit of space in between those trees that units can actually run into. Meanwhile, we are getting repairs on that Ancient of War. Coming back down onto the other side, Demon Hunter is already gonna be making its rounds out. Demon Hunter should be shifting down here. Is it gonna just go ahead and try and finish off all of these units? The Ancient of War actually taking a lot of damage because of that bloodlust, the faster attack speed on all of these units here, and that's one thing you need to do when you're judging and figuring out how difficult a particular creep camp is. Not only see what the level of that creep camp is, you saw that was a 5-3-3, but what types of spells and abilities are used by those creeps. We're looking now at, well, a detonation coming across in from this side here. Death Knight could be in a little bit of trouble. Looking at a ghoul now making its way back out. It will be able to shift away here in just a second. Get back onto Blight as we're seeing the Death Knight pick up a circlet of nobility. Skeletal minions gonna go ahead and end up, oh, there's a death coil, there's a mana burn. Demon Hunter getting a little bit of damage lost right there as more and more damage adding up onto that skeletal minion. Coming back around, the Death Knight is sitting at level 1, very close to level 2. The Demon Hunter just wants to try and get a little bit of experience for free, as WFZ has not yet teched a Nerubian Tower. In fact, we've seen a large number of ghouls on this map, as the Demon Hunter and the Death Knight are just, well, kind of wandering back and forth. Off over here we can see a rather sparse base coming in from Colorful. Colorful with that sparse base, well, not very much going on inside of the base here, as, well, I'm just trying to remember all of my matches here on Ancient Isles. Ancient Isles, pretty much a straight shot between the two bases. There is this high ground towards the center, and then the corners of the map here, well, you can try and go after these red Drake creep camps. Demon Hunter in that front line using evasion, using evasion pretty effectively to try and stay alive, getting a little bit more, well, survivability. Meanwhile, the Archer here is taking a little bit of damage. We'll see if this Archer tries to lose aggro here in just a moment. No, just gonna go ahead and, well, loses aggro by going into a shadow meld. Back off to the north, Death Knight putting pressure onto a Hunter's Hall, and this is only a single Death Knight at level 1 with skeletal minions. Ghouls are now finally making their rounds out as well, and are we going to perhaps see a large number of ghouls make their way out across the map? This is 5 or 4 ghouls coupled with some skeletal minions, as damage could get added up. Alright, you have to be very careful there. Death Knight with more, well, we're looking at some teleportation coming in from the Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter now back up to full. There was a lot of wisp. There's a detonation as well, taking down some more units and trying to fight next to a Demon Hunter, while that Demon Hunter has, well, that the Demon Hunter has so many moon wells is just hazardous to your health. Forest Troll, Berserker, and Archers are here, and Colorful pretty much indicating to WFZ that he has cleared out that corner creep camp. You see there are Rune Bracers on that Demon Hunter. Rune Bracers extremely powerful in the Undead versus Night Elf matchup, as Death Coils, Frost Novas all become significantly weaker. Alright, the Demon Hunter trying to get in front again. Oh, there's a deny right there. Death Knight denying that Demon Hunter level 3, as really we are looking at this Demon Hunter just trying to get more damage in across once more. Alright, damage down to 161. Unholy Aura, finally there's a mana burn onto that Death Knight once again. As you can see, well, even sheep are not well, immune to the aggressiveness of that Demon Hunter. As the Demon Hunter makes its way back off to the north, we are looking at a dual Ancients of Lore getting added in. We are having a graveyard already constructed, Halls of the Dead teching to Black Citadel already, and we should be getting some Crypt Fiends. Death Knight going to be ready to engage here in just a moment. There's a Naga Sea Witch. Are we going to see some webs trying to pick off some units there, as there goes a mana burn onto that Naga Sea Witch now. Alright, unit's going to be turning back the other way. Death Knight is going to be able to finish off that Archer. Yes, it will. Naga Sea Witch, however, taking large amounts of damage, being forced to slither away. 100-point mana burn so quick, and that Naga Sea Witch will be out of mana here in just a moment. One more mana burn, and well, what's going to end up happening? That Naga Sea Witch is going to get caught up on that sheep. No, it is not. And the Naga Sea Witch able to slither back home. Death Knight back inside the base of the Night Elf, looking to shut down, put pressure, perhaps cancel an Ancient of Lore to further delay those Dryads, as the Wisps are just dancing around back again. Demon Hunter going to show up to the party, is going to be able to get some damage onto that. Well, Death Knight gets mana burn for exactly 75, as we are looking at double skeletal minions just unable to shut down these Ancients of Lore at all. Naga Sea Witch going to be joining back in on the fight here in just a moment. Ancient of War back up to, well, back up to full hit points after losing a little bit there. Demon Hunter sitting at level 3, just killing and going after all these units, doing a great job so far. 32 supply compared to 25, but I'm waiting for WFZ to actually start training up some units here. Alright, we are looking at the Death Knight making its rounds back as well. Ancient of War is absorbing a large amount of damage, and that Demon Hunter will be picking up another Gloves of Haste. Alright, the double Gloves of Haste on that solo Demon Hunter. We do not see anything trained from the Altar of Elders, and that Demon Hunter having a major mana boost or experience boost right now, since it is fighting by himself. We're looking at the Null Overseer right in position here. A little bit of evasion, well, adding good survivability to that Demon Hunter. Death Knight not going to be able to do all that much, as the Dryads, well, do they have their work cut out for them? They're going to have a little bit of a problem. All right, one Archer going to get taken down. There it goes. Mana burn onto the Naga Sea Witch again. Naga Sea Witch, well, using that potion of healing once more. There goes another Archer, as the tier 1 army slowly getting destroyed, and it will be replaced by Dryads. Dryads, well, 17 to 19 damage. Good damage indeed with that slow poison. Their overall damage, however, a little bit less than Archers. Once those Archers do get a little bit more of an upgrade, as the Ghouls are now trying to retreat back as well. There goes another Ghoul again, as the Demon Hunter does sit at level 4. Dual Dryads right there. Colorful actually losing that supply advantage lead. He did invest very heavily into those Archers early on, as another mana burn comes across. Colorful just, well, being a colorful character, mana burning every bit of mana that he possibly can, as he now shifts back and shifts away. Panda is sitting at level 1. Panda perhaps going to be doing a little bit of creeping, while the Demon Hunter is looking to put pressure and keep his opponent in check. While his opponent is in check, he has to constantly move and, well, be weary of that Demon Hunter, as the Demon Hunter has high survivability, and, well, especially with that additional that high armor evasion, and coupled with those Rune Bracers. All right, Death Knight now looking to back up here. Is that Panda going to be able to get any experience? No, it is not. Trying to head back away. Demon Hunter trying to keep that distance high as you're looking at a little bit of Venom coming in from the Null Assassins as well. All right, Demon Hunter going to be coming back from the other side here. It looks like it is Drunken Haze as the first ability coming in from Masha Storm Stout as the Demon Hunter gets a mana burn off onto the Lich. All right, even with Rune Bracers, that damage does add up very, very quickly, and that Orb of Corruption getting in extra damage as well. We could see a Staff of Teleportation on that Demon Hunter if it was not, well, perhaps is still on cooldown. What is that Demon Hunter going to do? Now heading back off to the north as the Panda gets to level 2. All right, we're looking at a level 2, level 1 going up against a level 4, level 2. And, well, is that Brewmaster going to be really that effective? Let's look at the overall units coming in from WFZ. There's that mana burn, there's a death coil, there is, well, a rejuvenation on that Demon Hunter, allowing him to keep his hit points alive a little while longer. We should be getting another rejuvenation on that Demon Hunter as he is now down to, well, about 600 hit points, but climbing. We are looking at also an expansion coming in from WFZ as well. There are only a total of 4 gold mines on this map, so getting expansions not normally that necessary. There goes another mana burn onto the Demon Hunter as the Ancient of War turns around and joins in on this fight. All right, a lot of damage to be absorbed right here. Demon Hunter down to 80 mana, 300 hit points. There's a Staff of Preservation saving him right there as that Ancient of War could get taken out very fast. That Destroyer plus the piercing damage effective against that heavy armor. All right. As the Demon Hunter once again heads back home, Druids of the Claw will be rejoining in on the fight. 2 bears, 1 druid, 1 in druid form as they're looking to push on through right here. While we are looking at the Forest Troll Warlord, there's a number of high-level creeps here. And what's interesting about this is, well, the players really haven't played on this map, it seems like, in quite some time. And because of this simple fact, the creep patterns don't seem to be nearly as developed for this particular meta. We are going to see the Red Drake now, well, absorb a lot of damage here. Dryad may be forced to Staff of Preservation back. Bears are trying to engage here. This Druid of the Claw ending up still in a Druid form, but still regenerating a good amount of hit points as we see a Sobi Mask and a Tome of Strength. We are looking at the Scroll of Town Portal now on that Brewmaster as we're looking at the Death Knight coming back across on the other side here. 1 Nerubian Tower. Is it going to get pressured? Meanwhile, we're looking at the Death Knight actually in harm's way right now. Going to get a little bit of slow poison. A lot of damage to be had. The Dryad trying to catch up in front of it, but unable to do exactly that. Demon Hunter also has Orb of Venom for a little bit of that bonus damage over time. WFZ only getting 14 gold a second, or not even 14 gold a second right now, as he is now in low upkeep. A little bit of an engagement, slow poison coming across onto those destroyers. Destroyers now trying to back away. Are those destroyers going to be able to engage freely? That is the question, as the Acolytes trying to dance back around as well. All right, Orb of Venom attack, a little bit of damage over time. Fork Lightning coming across, not hitting the Dryads, only the Bears and the Heroes, as the Demon Hunter is actually a little bit too far to the back here. Dryads getting Staff of Preservation. There is a quick burrow. Is that going to be enough to finish him off? A little bit of damage over time. A Breath of Fire would finish it off, but there's no way that he would know that, as he cannot see its hit points. Coming back to the other side here, there's a Death Coil onto that Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter pretty much shakes off a level 1 Death Coil with Rune Bracers, as we're going to be going into an engagement next. Dust of Appearance most likely purchased by that Brewmaster already, as we're looking at the fight now going on into play here. Are we going to see a Breath of Fire? Yes, there we are. No Drunken Haze first, as they all just took a little bit of damage. Meanwhile, Demon Hunter could be in a very, very bad spot. Is he going to go after that Death Knight? Death Knight could be in trouble. Death Knight down to 200 some odd hit points, and it looks like it will be able to back away. There is another mana burn once more, but more rejuvenation coming back here as the Demon Hunter going after that Death Knight. Boots of Speed. Brewmaster ends up falling at level 2. Too much focus and chasing off over there here, losing a level 2 Panda as the Lich and Naga Sea Witch are fighting on Blight here. 57 supply compared to 41. Colorful is in serious trouble as he may have nope, he did not overinvest. Does trade a level 2 Panda for a level 2 Death Knight. In that little bit of exchange, perhaps the Demon Hunter, if it can get to level 5, will be able to come out ahead. Naga Sea Witch. Oh, Orb of Venom. There's a mana burn. Are we going to see an Orb of Venom attack? Yes, a little bit of a departing gift for that Naga Sea Witch as it takes damage over time. you're starting really early these days. Yep, starting a little bit earlier today. I mentioned it in the video. Why my kids' first day of in-person schooling, along with children's doctor's appointments, meaning I have to readjust my schedule just a little bit. I'll probably stopping a little bit earlier as well, being able to get in a couple of good games as a mana burn goes down onto that Lich. All right, Demon Hunter trying to retreat back here. Death Knight constantly body blocking that Demon Hunter again. And somehow 3 level 2 heroes is really pressuring that Demon Hunter and that Panda. The expansion still being up is also a very good indicator that WFZ wants this game to go long. Coming back down to the other side here, we are seeing the Druids of the Claw down across on this side of the map, trying to finish off some difficult creep camps. Meanwhile, Demon Hunter, well, actually getting Wand of the Wind. This could be a very terrible spot for it. Mana burn right there, Staff of Teleportation. There's another Wand of the Wind, and now this Demon Hunter is in trouble. I thought the Panda would be trying to run over with the Staff of Preservation, and it is not. Colorful, well, ending up losing his level 4 Demon Hunter, giving level 3 to the Death Knight, level 3 to the, well, now level 3 to the Death Knight, level 3 to the Lich, or excuse me, Witch, and almost level 3 to that, or getting closer to level 3 on that Lich as well. We see a quick resurrection here. Colorful gonna, well, end up teleporting all the way back home. Needs to drink from those moon wells, perhaps use a moonstone as well. We don't see that one Dryad actually still in the base here. And well, Colorful is losing track of his units. That is a big problem. You often, well, try to remove units that you staffed a teleportation back home from your control groups, but you also want to make sure that you re-add them in once they are back up to full, so that they are going to be fighting and joining in on the battles. Are we going to be seeing the Staff of Preservation here? Druid of the Claw down to about 80 mana. He needs to find a way to get healed back up. We're looking at a small engagement here. Drunken or Breath of Fire across all of those units once more. Demon Hunter could have a very bad day again. Are we going to see a Staff of Preservation? Yes, we are, but the Demon Hunter will not be able to rejoin in on the fight. Meanwhile, the Cold Arrows and the Frost Novas of the Lich going to shut down that Druid of the Claw as he was trailing from behind. All right, Dark Terror, the Demon Hunter, not living up to his name. He had all this survivability. I thought the Rune Bracers would be enough, but it turns out the negative armor debuff from that Lich, coupled with just the slow, persistent attacks from everything else, is doing a good enough job. Even though WFZ has 3 destroyers, or because he has 3 destroyers in the air, he's been able to constantly shut down these bears, and the Crypt Fiends have been able to neutralize these Dryads. That's been the case time and time again. Oh, is that Demon Hunter going to get trapped out of position once more? It could be. There's a Staff of Preservation to try and save it, as the Brewmaster, who doesn't have, well, Rune Bracers, on the wrong end of the beating stick now, as the Brewmaster now retreats back home. All right, he researched Mountain Giant upgrades. He did well last. Well, let's see. Are we going to eventually start getting Mountain Giants? Yeah, Mountain Giants are getting upgraded now. But the question is it going to be too little, too late? We are also getting a good amount of healing. Once again, we should be looking at a Moonstone being used, as all of these Moonwells are very empty, and the Abominations in that front line are going to cause a bit of problems. There is that Moonstone, as I mentioned, 63 supply compared to 76. WFZ winning in the economy and in also the army size right now, and he's able to put so much pressure. Somehow this group of units has been able to just really shut down the opposing enemy units and opposing enemy heroes far too much. Another Staff of Preservation, the Demon Hunter, well, actually teleported back into harm's way a little bit, as the Demon Hunter now tries to run back down to the south. All right, a Tree of Life right here trying to be built, but there was one leftover creep right there that's actually destroying, as there's double Mountain Giants out onto the battlefield here. That is going to make a big difference when you have 16 supply just currently in production. It really throws off the overall army count and sizes. All right, more damage coming across multiple units. The Wisp trying to get away. Demon Hunter mana burn down that Lich. Staff of Preservation saving. Scroll of Healing keeping up WFZ's units, as another mana or another Breath of Fire comes down. Abominations could end up getting taken down. I wasn't expecting this. Are we going to see some Abominations fall? more taunts as the Demon Hunter now looks to go back, gonna go ahead and heal back up and rejoin in on the battles here as the destroyers are just eating through the bears as well. Breath of Fire coming across multiple units, another Scroll of Healing used, Staff of Preservation saving the I believe the panda in that instance. No, not the panda, another bear perhaps in that instance, as another bear gets taken down as well. Both sides are fighting. The Mountain Giants are trying to, well, stay or keep all of these units alive as the Demon Hunter finally gets up to level 5. Staff of Preservation saving that bear. Death Knight now trying to retreat. You can see multiple units trying to head back here. Are we going to be able to get off the kill onto one of those destroyers? No, that destroyer down to, what, 38 hit points ends up getting saved by obsidian statues and, well, should get a death coil here in just a moment. Lich, yes, is now at level 3. We have level 3 Fork Lightning, level 2 Fork Lightning, level 2 Death Coil, level 2 Frost Nova. And, well, importantly, we have level 3 Mana Burn. The question is, can the Demon Hunter stick around and do a little bit of pre-combat mana burning constantly on the enemy heroes to try and control their mana? If the undead units go into the battle at the start with maxed out mana, which is very possible because there are obsidian statues out on the field, you can pretty much say goodbye to any Druids of the Claw and maybe even a lot of the hit points on the Demon Hunter and that panda. However, if the Demon Hunter is able to, well, neutralize the mana on one of those heroes, maybe mana burn 300 mana right at the start, it could possibly be enough. Down, Wisp is hiding off to the side here. This one Null Warden keeping the expansion at bay, and that is important to note. Meanwhile, Demon Hunter getting in some extra bonus damage onto a destroyer right there. Damage over time, very important. And remember, if that last Null Warden was destroyed and taken out earlier, that Wisp would have had all that time to build up that Tree of Life. That is important to be able to keep track of what expansions are cleared and what are not, knowing when to try and push and engage. Scroll of Healing is used. Nature's Blessing is being added in. No real reason. Tree of Eternity is just going to walk on over as the main gold mines are, well, nearly done mining. Colorful. Colorful knows that he is in a, well, not advantageous position at all. He's actually a little bit behind the 8 ball, so to speak, and he knows that he needs to try and, well, put a bit of pressure in Demon Hunter in that frontline spot. Mana burn onto that Lich already. Lich down to 125 mana as we see damage coming across. Abominations spreading that disease cloud as the meat wagons are in the back, able to freely attack those dryads, and that little addition of that siege damage is going to make absolute havoc for all of those dryads in that back line. I think Colorful was just not suspecting that there would be 2 meat wagons in position to try and shut things down here. 76 supply compared to 62 now, as the Demon Hunter is going to be able to finish off an Abomination. Looks like it could finish it off. Finally gets taken down. Panda now sitting at level 4. Panda at level 4 is level 2. Drunken Brawler now getting added in. That's the correct strategy to go for, as another Abomination could end up getting taken down. Are we going to get to level 4 heroes for the Undead side? That is the question. Breath of Fire coming across again. Scroll of Town Portal, 72 supply compared to 59, as a Crypt Fiend does get taken out, and the units are all now backing away. WFZ forced to retreat back. This tree, Haunted Gold Mine. WFZ with the cute play here, attempting to haunt this gold mine and ending up delaying the entangling of that gold mine as well. 72 supply compared to 55, but remember, there are meat wagons in this undead army. 1 or 2 meat wagons is an incredibly important unit going up against night elves who have dryads. And, well, hats off to WFZ for being able to choose where he wanted to fight. This location right here, this narrow choke point where that last battle was, allowed all of the meat wagons to freely attack. And normally, Ancient Isles is a rather large map. It is a very large map with wide open spaces, plenty of room to try and flank your opponent, but the combination of units right here, having that three-tiered or three-layered army, abominations in the front, a couple of crypt fiends, obsidian statues in the middle, and then meat wagons in the back was enough to do a lot of damage. All right, Demon Hunter now trying to retreat back here. Demon Hunter could be in trouble. Are we going to see a rejuvenation? Demon Hunter already down to 459 hit points, now needs that rejuvenation there, as the destroyers should be trying to devour that magic here in just a moment. Well, we are looking at the Undead in a curious position in between his opponent's expansion and his own army, as reinforcements will be coming in from the back here. All right, destroyers, what are they doing? As we're going to be getting into a little bit of damage, Demon Hunter going to go ahead and try a mana burn, gets mana burn onto that Death Knight, Staff of Preservation, saving that, no, not saving, the Staff of Preservation actually moving the Demon Hunter into harm's way, and that is one of those things that you forget. You should be casting on back to WarCraft. I've talked to Nemo and Remo about it. There have been talks to do joint projects, but at the same time, anyone who knows me knows that this is a hobby, and I do have, full-time dad, full-time father, a lot of kids. Not a lot. Well, I don't know. Is three a lot of children? I don't know. Back in the day, probably not, but in modern day, it seems like a lot. Anyways, recap on that game. Oftentimes, players forget that the Staff of Preservation, when you move your Tree of Eternity, does not mean that you send them back home. It means you send them to the expansion, where there is no Moonwells and no way for them to really heal back up. Colorful, instinctively thinking, you know what, I need a Staff of Preservation. My Demon Hunter, to save him, actually sent him even closer to the Undead army. And, well, everything just absolutely fell apart from there. Colorful with the strong opening, but WFZ being calm and cool, actually coming out ahead. And I really feel like Colorful actually was leading throughout much of that match. But WFZ, that last battle outside his base, where he was able to have abominations in the front line, crypt fiends, and then finally those meat wagons taking down a handful of those dryads, really tipped things in his favor. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.